Malta is host for over 300 gaming companies and a growing workforce of over 10,000 people. Gaming Innovation Group, also known as GIG, is one of Malta's largest iGaming companies. And today, to celebrate their 5th anniversary, they managed to bring down Steve Wozniak, also known as Woz, the legendary person from, obviously, as we know, Silicon Valley.
GiG came to Malta and was founded in 2012. We had an amazing growth story, and Malta has been very supportive to us. We wanted to give something back, and we wanted to give something specifically to the thriving community of engineers, of people dedicated to the tech scene here. So we thought, why not bring the guru himself, one of the world's most renowned engineers, to the island. I think they've been over the moon and the skies about this. We had so much interest. We had universities coming. We had a vintage computer club in Malta coming. We had politicians signaling their interest. We had people from all over society, through all ages, for all classes coming. And they've been very, very happy with seeing him.
Before Woz appeared for the conference, we managed to have an exclusive interview with him for Gadgets. Let's have a look at what he said. So what I'd like to ask you is, Woz, what inspired you many years ago to become an engineer and then to build one of the first computers?
You know, actually stumbling into being good at math, learning electronics, building a few projects for science fairs, wow, you know, and getting into ham radio, building my own radio when I was very young, like 9 years old, and then stumbling onto journals by accident that described how computers worked inside when no computers were around, no books about them. And I just got interested. I said, this is going to be my passion for life because I understand it. And it's new, and computer was a special word, and you'd never ever think a person would ever own a computer. So I grew up that way. I decided to have a life where I would follow interesting things, the sort of things you would talk about that people hadn't heard of before.
Then you made it real by actually designing the first one. And what do you remember of those days?
In very different ways. Everything I ever designed was totally out of the book. And the year that I saw all the right pieces fit the pricing to build a useful computer at an affordable price. 5 years before that, I had built myself a computer, but it wasn't useful, and everybody else was trying to do it by the old formulas. So I was way ahead. And solving input and output was very expensive. A teletype machine that you could type on and see things printed back cost as much as a car or 2 cars, so it wasn't in the price for a normal person. And oh my gosh, I stumbled into realizing that keyboard with your own television as the video output was the cheapest way.
You are also very inspiring to a lot of youths, and I know that you dedicate a lot of your time to inspire the youths to go further. What has given you this inspiration? Why are you so dedicated to this?
A core value from when I was very, very young, believing that education was important, believing that young people were the future, and the few adults that helped me in my life meant so much that I always wanted to dedicate myself to young people, youngsters, especially even young 1-year-olds. You can take them to the next level of life, and that was just a big goal of mine. As a matter of fact, one of my big motivations and inspirations for the early personal computer was it would help with education. We would be able to learn better and have more people smarter. And that may not have turned out to be the case, but that was still, it was still a very strong drive for me. The very first Apple I computer, I couldn't talk Steve Jobs into giving it to a woman that would take it into little elementary schools, but so he made me buy it for $300. And I gave it, and so I gave the very first Apple I to this woman, Liza Loop, who would take computers into elementary schools and show the young kids, and they could discover what I had discovered when there were no books or anything about it. I discovered it by accident.
So the roots are very far and very deep that you have for education and also for the younger generation.
Yes, I paid very much attention to the development of child minds, cognitive development. I took psychology courses for psychology majors in university at Berkeley. And I really wanted to be a teacher.
What gadgets do you have on you at the moment?
Yikes, it's way too long a list to get correct. I used to be able to go I have every kind of charger and AC adapter and signal adapter ever possible, you know, USB-Cs and USB-As. And,
Yes.
And we have a lot in the Apple world, a lot of connectors. We have,
And I'm seeing you have
I
the
even
Apple
have
Watch.
I even have the 30-pin connector for an iPod that I wear on a wrist to listen to music on an airplane.
Oh, that's
With
interesting.
plug-in headphones. Yes, I have an Apple Watch, and that is like probably my favorite gadget in the world because it just saves me so much time. I like to skip middle steps. I like to cut out the middlemen. Reaching in your pocket and pulling out a phone is a step that is nice to skip.
And you can do this with the Apple Watch.
All the time. I mean, quick, easy Apple Pay, or just say, you know, hey Siri, text Janet and send a message home, or ask a question of the world, or do some mathematics on it, or I carry my boarding passes on it and my movie tickets. I mean, it is extremely useful in my life to saving effort.